Hello, everyone. I am Michelle Oberholzer. I am from Contentment Guide Astrology, and I wanted to make this beginner's guide for people who really wanted to learn about the astrology houses. There are 12 houses in astrology, and they all have different topics and different archetypes and different stories that they represent in our lives. And it is such a wonderful journey to get to know ourselves through the houses and through the chart. And in the day and age that we live in at the moment, the knowledge of astrology and other sacred modalities are definitely not seen as just being mental knowledge anymore. It creates a much deeper and a much more fulfilling experience when you are really living and embodying these things in your daily life. So, welcome to this presentation. Welcome to this masterclass. It is called Embodying the Astrology Houses, a 30-day journey of self-discovery. And it's a beginner's guide, but really at any point in your astrology journey, can you come back to this and track the moon through the houses again? It really deepens your daily experience in such a beautiful way. It connects you to yourself, it connects you to divine guidance, it connects you to your body and your mind. It's just a beautiful, beautiful way to be with yourself, to practice spiritually, and to learn and embody astrology. So, in this 30-day self-embodiment practice, you'll need a few very simple things to get started. It's really very minimalistic. It's about you and your experience. It's about keeping it very, very simple. So, what you'll need: a journal to write in, an astrology app on your phone. I love time passages, but you're welcome to play around. Time passages is very minimalistic and very easy to navigate, and that's why I think it's really great for beginners. What you'll need is 5 to 10 minutes of alone time in the morning to feel, reflect, and write. The same amount of 5 to 10 minutes of alone time in the evening before bedtime to feel, reflect, and write. And also a commitment to yourself to do this daily practice for 30 days. So if you commit to your 30 days and you happen to skip a day or maybe even 2 days, do not give up, rather continue with the journey. And if you skip days in between, you're still going to make it to the end of your 30 days and you're going to learn and embody so much and feel much more connected to yourself. So don't try and be perfect with this. I mean, it would be amazing if you do it for 30 days in a row, but skipping a day here or there is not going to deter you. You're still going to learn about the chart. You're still going to learn about the movement of the moon. So it will be absolutely wonderful, even if it is not perfect. So the first thing I wanted to show is the 12 houses. And you can download different charts of the 12 houses from the internet. I have made my own one here for you to explore because it's extensive. It's got about 4 to 6 things in each house that you can explore. And there's even more topics per house, but this is a very, very good starting point. So to the left here, we see the houses and their topics. You've got house 1, anti-clockwise. It goes around to house 12. You do not have to memorize this chart. You can either print out this page, you can take a screenshot of this, and you can just even come back and reference this every day. And before you'll know it, you'll get to know the house topics as you go around the chart with your daily practice. So I just wanted to run you through the houses so you can also verbally hear what these placements are. So the first house of astrology is all about who you are. It is about your personality. It's about your physical body and how you express yourself in the world. So often when there's changes in the first house or when the moon moves through the first house, you'll suddenly feel like that day you might feel more like dressing up or presenting yourself in a certain way or feeling more connected to how you feel in your body on that particular day. And for the second house of astrology, it is about resources. This is inner resources and outer resources. So it is skills, it is money, and it is about your values in yourself and your values of the world. Then we come to the third house. The third house is about your mind, it's about communication, your thought patterns, learning and studies. It's about your inner and outer environment. So, your neighborhood, those places that you might travel to where you buy your groceries in daily travels and things like that. So close surroundings to your home. And then we get to the fourth house, which is about the home. It is your physical home. It is that place inside yourself where you find your inner home. It's about family, it's about roots, it's about ancestry, and it's about your private life. So the fourth house is that place where you go at night, where you close your doors. You only share yourself with a few people. It is opposite the 10th house, and the 10th house is where you show yourself publicly. So the fourth house is private things. It can sometimes even relate to the mysteries of life, like spirituality and esoteric things, because that's what we normally do when we are alone, we are at home, and we are in a safe space. Then the fifth house is about creativity, it's about hobbies, it is about children if you have children in your life. It is about romance and it is about joyful activities. The fifth house is often called the house of joy because it is that place of how we relate to how we find joy in our life. So sometimes if we are going through a period where there might not be a lot of joy, when the moon moves through the fifth house, you can become more aware of maybe where the joy is lacking in your life and where you would like to maybe bring more joy into your daily life with your creativity, with your hobbies, with your children, in your romantic life. Then the sixth house is about your daily work. It's about your schedules, your routines. It's about health, mostly physical health. And it can also be about adversaries. So people that come to confront us a little bit, people that challenge us, people that help us grow. And um, daily work schedules, daily home schedules. When you have changes happening in your sixth house, there can be changes to schedules. There can be changes to your routines, to your health routines, how you eat, how much you exercise, when you do certain things, at what time in your day. Then the seventh house is all about close relationships. It's about one-on-one connections. It's about marriage or your partner. It can be about clients and also other contractual relationships. So this is the place opposite the first house. The first house is you, the seventh house is other. And it is mostly those one-on-one connections that we spend a lot of close connection time and real more inner time with, where we share most parts of ourselves that we don't maybe share in public. And then the eighth house is about shared resources, shared money. It's about transformation. It is about taxes, inheritances, and it can also be about sexuality. The eighth house in general is about money and resources that we share with other people. So it can be money in many, many different forms. It can be loans that you get from the bank, when you receive them, when you pay them off. All of these things change with what happens in the eighth house. So the eighth house, again, is opposite the second house. The second house is more about your personal resources, and the eighth house is more about resources that you share with others. Then we come to the ninth house. The ninth house is about the higher mind. It's about higher learning. It's about foreign cultures. It can be about foreign travel. It's about spirituality, religion, faith, teaching, and teachers. So teachings that you relate to, you might be studying at a university, you might be studying a long-term course. You could be becoming a teacher in a certain topic in your life. You can be relating to foreign cultures in your own country, or you might be traveling to different countries and dealing with foreign cultures in foreign places. And then the 10th house is your public life. It is your career, it's your reputation, and it's that place where you gain recognition. So public life is all of those places where you are seen in public. Again, we're dealing with opposites. Like I said, the fourth house is your private life. The 10th house is your public life. It's those parts of yourself that you show in your career, that you show in maybe where you volunteer, different places that you belong to, and share your energy. And then the 11th house is about friends. It's about benefactors, people in your friendship groups or in your job, or mentors that come and help you in some way. It's about groups in general, maybe that book club that you belong to. It's about colleagues, and it's also about goals and our hopes for the future. And then the 12th house is about other realms. It is that house that is before the first house. So it is about spiritual matters. It is about the unconscious mind, those deeper things about ourselves and our lives that we are a little bit unconscious of. So when there's transits through the 12th house, we might become more conscious of unconscious habits. It's all about mental health. The 12th house can also be a place of isolation. So it is related to people even working in hospitals or mental health hospitals. And it is to do with shadow work, because it is all about those parts of ourselves that we may not even see that clearly ourselves. It is unconscious parts, it is other realms, dealing with spiritual matters and things that are intangible. So those are the houses in a nutshell, and you can obviously take as much time as you want to research these topics even more. So the initial steps that you need to take is to download your astrology app, fill in your birth data. Please know the time of your birth is essential for calculating your first house correctly. So please find your birth certificate, or make very sure that you get your exact time of birth from a parent or somebody who might know this information. You need to get your journal ready, and you need to set aside the time in your schedule to have that 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, and also 5 or 10 minutes before bedtime. So The first thing you need to do is to download your app. Like I said, I love time passages. It's very minimalistic and it shows you exactly all the details in a very minimal way to get to the information that you need. But feel free, if this doesn't work for you, to choose your own app. And then you're going to fill in your name, the day, month, and year of your birth, the birth location. And for these purposes, you choose whole sign house system as your house system, because this is going to help you to track the moon's movement through the houses. So then you are going to navigate to the space in your app that reads My Chart, and this will show you your personal chart. And for the purpose of this class, ignore all the other info except for the signs marked on the astrological wheel, and then you are ready to go. If you treat the astrological chart as a clock, you can see that's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. The house between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock is always the first house. And the other houses follow in an anti-clockwise position around the clock face of the chart. So that is the way where you will always know um, where the houses fall for you. So in this example chart, you can see that there is a sign for Cancer. It is the first house. There is a sign for Leo. It's the second house. There is a sign for Virgo. It's the third house. Sign for Libra. It's the fourth house. So if you are not acquainted with the signs that represent the symbols that represent the astrological signs, I didn't include it in this video. You are welcome to Google that. It's very readily available all over the internet. So now you're going to write down the signs and the houses. So you're going to again navigate to the My Chart information in your app. And you're going to write this on the first page of your journal, or a special page for easy access every day. And again, according to our sample chart, Cancer is the first house, Leo is the second house. So you are going to navigate this for your specific chart. Your first house may not be Cancer. You're going to find that house that is between the 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock position in your chart, and that will be your first house, and anti-clockwise, those will be the other 11 houses going around the clock face. So you're going to write in your journal, because you're going to need this for the next 30-day journey. You're going to write, Cancer is my first house, Leo is my second house, Virgo is my third house, and make sure that you have all 12 houses written down, because you need this for easy access every day, where you're going to be checking in the morning where the moon is falling for that day. So then every morning, you are going to open your app there to current chart, find the symbol for the moon, which is that little crescent moon symbol circled there. And in this example chart again, we can see that is the sign of Leo. The moon is sitting in Leo on that day. And now you know that the moon is in a second house day. And you will easily get used to following the moon after a few days. It might sound a little bit complicated in the beginning, But I promise you, within a few days, you'll be into this and you'll be able to navigate it very, very easily. So then once you have now established your sign and you've established your house number for that day, um, you are now going to write that at the top of a new page. Write which house the moon is on that day. Please note if the moon is at the end of a sign going anti-clockwise, every sign has 30 degrees. If it's between 27 and 30 degrees, then it means within the next 3 to 6 hours, it's going to move into the next sign. So you might have certain days where the moon is going to be maybe a little bit in the fourth house and a little bit in the fifth house. And then you might also have some days where the moon is just sitting in one house. The moon stays in the same house for 2.5 days, and it can change signs and houses at any time of the day. So you're going to note the topics for the house for that particular day that you are tracking. You're going to write the topics at the top of your journal page. And then you're going to take a few minutes in the morning to reflect on the topics, set an intention to be mindful of your experiences, your thoughts, and your feelings during that day. And you, depending on how your day flows, you can also come back to this during the day. When you have a chance, just check back on the topics until you get used to them. See, oh, today I'm in a second house day. This might be about my skills, my resources, my money, my values. How am I relating to this today? If you don't have chance in the middle of the day, that's absolutely fine. You will get used to tracking this very quickly. And that morning check-in and setting your intentions and the evening check-in is going to be more than enough to really allow you to go quite deeply. So then you're going to move through your day. You're going to be observing. You're going to be mindful of what is happening in your day, what is happening in your body, your thoughts, your feelings. And then in the evening time, you again take your 5-10 minutes. You come back to the wheel of the houses. And then you meditate and reflect on the topics of that day. What thoughts, what feelings, what experiences stood out according to the house topics? Was your day more based in your mind, in your body, or in your feelings? Did your mind feel busy or calm on that day? Did your body feel safe and relaxed or anxious? Were your feelings regulated or very heightened on that day? So note all of these things, journal for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you go to bed and you're going to be integrating these experiences also while you're sleeping. If you are lucky, you might even be integrating some of these things in your dreams. And then the next day, you continue back to your morning practice. You wake up, you check in which house the moon is falling for that particular day. You check the house topics. And then you go on with your day with awareness and come back at night and reflect again. And that is your 30-day practice. So this practice might seem simple, but it really is absolutely life-changing. It really allows you to be more present, aware, and embodied in your life. You'll have a deeper understanding of the astrological houses very, very quickly. And through tracking the movement of the moon, you'll also start noticing other planetary transits more easily. So this is really the beginning step of embodying your astrology into your life. It is very deep, it is very transformational, and it really helps you to connect to all the different aspects of your life and really gain balance and understanding, see where things are lacking, and see in what part of your life you are on any given day. And I want to add, if you want to take this to the next level, do the practice for 90 days if you can. That will be very transformational. 30 days is amazing. 90 days, yes, we'll just take it to the next level. And you can find me. There's a link here for my website that you can click on. Um, it is to contact me if you wanted to book a personal reading. You can find me on YouTube. Um, I am Contentment Guide Astrology on YouTube, on Instagram as well, Contentment Guide, and on TikTok, also Contentment Guide. So I thank you so much for being here, and I want to share my offers with you. So for this business revolution, I've created two special offers. It is a special price on my birth chart reading, which is around about an hour or a little bit more. And the special price is $99. And then for a deeper dive to really get to know your chart and really get to know where your astrology is heading for the next 6 months to a year, I'm offering a 3-month astrology journey where you will connect with me for an hour once a month for 3 months and take a deep dive. Very transformational. You'll really get to know your chart very well. And I'm hoping you'll take advantage of these offers. So thank you so much for taking this journey of embodying astrology with me. May the sacred knowledge deepen your relationship with yourself and other beings and the universe. And I want to send all of you so many blessings. And just thank you for being here and thank you for being interested in astrology. Astrology is such a beautiful, sacred knowledge that we can use in so many beautiful ways. And especially when you start practicing and embodying the astrological knowledge, it can bring so much depth and awareness into your life. Thank you, everybody, and I hope to connect with you again soon.